What's up guys, it's Mike for Sim Racing 604, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my direct drive wheel that I purchased roughly 6 months ago. I wanted to do a follow-up and just let you guys know what I think of direct drive 6 months later. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to mention is that the direct drive wheel that I use is the Accuforce. Some of you may have been considering the OSW, and I know you've been hearing about the Feel VR. Fanatec now has their direct drive offering, so just to clear things up off the top, I am running an Accuforce system myself. So what do I think of direct drive? Well, quite frankly, I can't say enough good things. The other two devices that I'm going to feature in this video series, a little bit hit and miss, and could be give or take. I could live without it. I can't imagine living without my Accuforce direct drive wheel. It's absolutely a phenomenal piece of machinery, and I really feel like the upgrade was worth it. So before this, just a bit of backstory, I came from a G29 to a T300 and then on to my Accuforce, and I can tell you the leap, and I like my T300, I'll never bash it, but the leap from the T300 to the Accuforce was huge. So since then, I've had about 6 months to play with it, get used to it, and really anything that I don't like about my Accuforce would just be nitpicking. The positives far outweigh the negatives. It's strong, but it's not just the strength of a direct drive wheel that you're paying for. What you're paying for with a direct drive wheel, because of that strength, you have more headroom to translate curbs and road noise if you want it, and engine noise if you want it, and things like that into the wheel. And I can tell you it delivers it with amazing accuracy. So I mentioned Feel VR a little while ago. Feel VR is probably going to change direct drive as we know it. So what Feel VR is, for those that are not aware, it's not necessarily the best named product, but it's a entry, well, yeah, it's sort of a lower priced model of direct drive, and they will have a load cell pedal set as well. And so what this is going to mean is that people who are looking to sort of pay the price of perhaps a mid-range Fanatec system or a mid-range Thrustmaster system or something like that now have the option to go direct drive. Will this wheel be any good? Time will tell. Things are looking better as time goes on. I think it will be quite good. But what it's going to do, actually, I think, is shift the market. I think you're going to see, and this is speculation, of course, I think you will probably see gear drive and belt drive kind of start to fade away as direct drive becomes more affordable. The Simplicity OSW system has a 7 Newton meter entry level model, and it's price competitive with the Fanatec system. So we're already there. We already have sort of lower end. You won't get the $100 to $200 wheels as you might find on Craigslist. You won't get that in direct drive. But for now, there are some, lower end or lower priced models for direct drive, and I think that's a very good thing, because again, I can't say enough good things about my Accuforce. I absolutely love it. What it feels like more than anything, what I've noticed over time, is that you don't feel like you're going to break it. There was always a sense, I'm a big guy, and there was always a sense that I could push my T300 too much and break some of the inner workings or blow the motor or something like that. You don't feel that with the direct drive, with the Accuforce. It's a strong wheel bolted onto a strong motor. Simple. There's no, translation of that power or anything. A lot less components to go wrong, and it feels like as much as you throw at this thing, it's a piece of industrial equipment effectively, and it can take it. The only cautionary tale I would say, I'll give it 2 cautionary tales. One, your rig should be strong enough to hold it. So I am using a home-built rig. I made it out of 3/4 inch plywood 2x4s and a whole bunch of lag bolts. So this thing is probably stronger than the house it's sitting in. It's a very robust rig, so it can take the forces of a direct drive wheel, but I can tell you it's very strong. The wheel is stronger than me at times, so I can imagine if you had a lower end rig, kind of an entry level rig, the forces put out by the direct drive motor, especially 10 Newton meters and above, is going to be a lot. You're probably going to get shakes and torques and things like that in your rig, so that'd be my first cautionary tale. Make sure your rig, do a little research, make sure your rig can take it. Second thing is, and this is specific to Accuforce, but it does take quite a bit of work with the Sim Commander software to get it going. The Sim Commander software, for me at least, wasn't immediately intuitive. I didn't figure it out for quite a while. Had to consult some, online forums and things like that. And we're not talking about I couldn't use the wheel. I just couldn't get it dialed into where I wanted it right away. So it took some time, but other than that, I absolutely love it. And 6 months in, there's no way I would go back. Not a chance. I do use my other wheels, my G29 and my T300, with my PlayStation when I rock my PlayStation for Gran Turismo or something like that. Or if I'm on the road, I might take that and, play some Project Cars 2 or Assetto Corsa. And it feels like I am stepping down. And again, I don't mean to badmouth the T300 or the G29. I had good success with both. But the direct drive, in my opinion, is just next level. And I really couldn't be happier. So the point of this video, guys, is just to sort of check in. Once the honeymoon phase is over, what do I think of direct drive? And I think it's awesome. I think we're lucky to have it. And I think it's a great piece of gear. As I mentioned in the middle of this video, hopefully the price will start to swing down. I understand that paying $1,000 for a video game wheel or a video game peripheral is a lot. It really is. There's no denying that. So hopefully that price point will start to come down and everybody will get to experience direct drive, because I think you should. It's just been such a game, well, sorry for the pun, it's been a real game changer for me, and I absolutely love it. The honeymoon phase has not worn off. I feel like I'm using a real piece of gear as opposed to a toy, and it feels awesome. So not enough good things to say about direct drive, and specifically my Accuforce. So if you guys are sitting on the fence thinking, is it worth it, is it not? In my opinion, it is very much worth it. I love my direct drive wheel. And that's going to do it, guys. That's all I wanted to say. Just a 6-month check-in. Again, it hasn't worn off. The the positive feelings I had towards direct drive have not worn off. It's so awesome. Thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you next time.